What is up, everybody? It is ThatWakefieldGuy here with a different kind of video. And that video is we're going to be talking about E3 and some of the best moments of E3 2016. We're going to call this kind of a space talk, if you know what I mean. Just going to sit here and talk in my spaceship on Warframe. I wish I could show you my Kubro Athena, but Athena passed away, sadly. Rip Athena. Yeah, so let's get started. First day, which is day -1, was the EA and Bethesda conference. And I've got notes written down here in my handy dandy notepad. First thing that showcased was Titanfall, which happens to be one of my favorite shoot 'em up games, you know what I'm talking about. One of my favorite FPSs that EA has. God, I need fucking nanospores and Order Crystal! Anyway, sorry. So yeah, we're just gonna sit here in my little spaceship area, then we're gonna talk. Okay, so let's start. Again! Mainly, okay, I'm gonna sit here, bear with me for now. The next thing that they showcased was the sports games, Madden and FIFA 17. Top players in Madden will get $1 million, million physical dollars, and FIFA will get just has a captivating or a very, very, very engaging single player, which feels a lot like the movie 42. If you don't, I've never seen the movie 42. It's called 42. The Jackie Robinson story. That's what this feels like, and the main protagonist is a black guy. So I'm excited for that. I might get FIFA 17 for that. Now, Mass Effect Andromeda looks very, very cool, and that's one of the games that's on my must-buy list. Titanfall is definitely the first one. The second one is FIFA 17 because I want the story, and Mass Effect Andromeda. So yeah. There's really not much to talk about except you might be able to explore the galaxy from what I saw in the E3 trailer presentation. And I gave these ratings, but we'll get to ratings later. Fee looks cool. It looks like Ori. And it's created by and it's created with partners of Ori, which looks like a visual masterpiece and playable work of art, as usual with those kinds of people. I am worried about the Star Wars size, even though I am still going to buy the Star Wars games. Mainly because I'm curious as all fuck. But I am worried about it. I'm extremely hopeful, though. There's like 5 different studios working on Star Wars games right now. One of them looks like an open galaxy kind of game. So that should be interesting to see. Now, Battlefield 1's always been at the top of my list. It's damn near flawless. The gameplay is just as spectacular as the trailers made it out to be, so that's very exciting. And I gave that one a rating of 9 out of 10 because it just keeps pleasantly surprising me. They keep pleasantly throwing shit out there. And I like it. I like what they're doing. I like the direction they're taking. Now, that was really all for the the EA conference. Let's get started on the Bethesda conference. Now, I guess we're going to have to make this like a part 1 out of part whatever. Bethesda conference was very interesting. That was the one I was waiting for all year. That it was Bethesda and the Sony conference. So, let's get started. We're getting Quake again. Quake 2 is basically Quake 2. It looks really good. The action looks super... It's super action-packed, rather, sorry. And for a lot of people, the long wait finally ends, so... and the graphics look pretty freaking good. Okay, so and then there was just a bunch of Fallout 4 add-ons and mods, which I'm pretty excited about. I don't have Fallout 4 myself, but I plan on getting it in the future. You can build your own Fallout vault now from Vault Tech, and they showcase Far Harbor. And a bunch of new Colony add-on parts, so that should be interesting. Elder Scrolls is coming out with their card game, which is pretty cool. I'm interested to see where that would go. And it looks cool and easy enough to understand. And, okay, my long-awaited one right here is the Skyrim remaster, and it's bringing the mods and add-ons to the console for retail price, which I'm super fucking stoked about. I almost cried when I saw it. I'm not gonna lie. I almost cried like a little bitch when I saw it. And then here's the surprise that they've been talking about and not releasing any information on it is Prey. And I guess it's a reboot, because I forgot completely that there was another Prey game. The graphics are great, and there's a great thriller concept to it, and it feels a lot like Alien Isolation. And I gave it a 9 out of 10 because of that. And there's a lot of free Doom updates for the rest of the year. Elder Scrolls Online's got a bunch of stuff coming out, Dark Brotherhood, and One Tamriel. Dark Brotherhood explains what the Dark Brotherhood is in Tamriel. And One Tamriel is basically new and old players have access to everywhere in the world of the Elder Scrolls. So that's pretty fucking cool. We're going to make us stare at Earth. Ugly ass Grenier ships. So that was basically it for the Bethesda conference, just about. And Bethesda VR, which I kind of saw coming because this is going to be the supposed year of the VR. The titles that's coming out, the Bethesda titles coming out for VR is Doom, Fallout 4, and maybe Elder Scrolls? I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool to see a Skyrim remaster on VR. And the long-awaited Dishonored 2 was on there, and I took a few notes on that. 2 playable characters. The newest one is Emily Caldwin, which I'm definitely going to play the shit out of her once I get this game. It's a very interesting story, very nice action sequences, a very gorgeous game, and nice, fluid gameplay. 2 great conferences in one day, so yeah, that's pretty good. In my book. Now let me switch over to another. We're going to go to the Microsoft conference. Sorry if you hear pages flipping. I wrote down a shit ton of notes. The Xbox finally showed off their Xbox One S, on day 0, which is basically day 2. They do the days differently, I guess. The Xbox One's going to have 4K streaming in it for video and for movies. I'm not sure about the games yet, but it gives them plenty opportunity for 4K games to go on the system. It's got PC hookup with controller, so basically you can hook the controller up to the PC without any hassle. Gears of War 4 looks alright. The voice acting could be a little better, as usual, but it's not meant to be a perfect game either. Story's always great. Graphics are great as usual. Very action-packed as usual, so there's really not anything new to talk about except the AI is a little better. Killer Instinct. We're getting General Rom from Gears of War 4 on Killer Instinct. Forza Horizon 3 is now set in Australia, and all amazing graphics as usual. Can't wait to get myself a racing chair so I can play Forza on that. That should be pretty freaking interesting. ReCore looks pretty freaking good. They got a release date on that now, which is September 18th, 2016. So go pick that up if you're into that stuff. Final Fantasy 15 is coming out too. Graphics are great. I'm sorry, I'm trying to fly through these. I'll talk about these games individually in other videos. Division Underground looks great. All I can say to them is don't screw it up. And more Battlefield 1 shit, which is awesome. Always good. Now, the one I'm very, very, very curious about is Sea of Thieves. I love me a good pirate game, and I even love me a good social game, so a social pirate game goes together almost fucking perfectly. Because pirates communicate with each other. You have to communicate with each other. And I really, really like that. And it looks like a authentic pirate experience with the work of arts in there, basically. State of Decay looks alright. Not my kind of game. Although I do like zombie games. It's just that kind of style of zombie games just doesn't interest me. Halo Wars 2 is coming out, and that's kind of a meh for me. And that's the end of the Microsoft. Yeah, it's the end of the Microsoft conference. And it goes into the Ubisoft conference, and Ghost Recon Wildlands looks amazing, as usual, and it feels like an authentic war experience. So that's good. The co-op plays nice and fluidly. It's got drones in it, and I have drones in exclamation mark. Nearly flawless, and that's why I put it at a 9.5, which is a bold rating to put it at. South Park, we're getting another South Park game, and this one sounds a lot funnier than the last one, which was The Stick of Truth. This one's called The Fractured Butthole, pronounced like that. And it's obviously parodying, Jesus Christ, can I talk? Parodying Civil War, Captain America Civil War, and it looks great. Tom Clancy's survival add-on for The Division, which is alright. Eagle Flight VR looks fucking amazing. It's basically all you need to know about that is you're an eagle, and it's basically Quidditch on steroids. So, on to some more. Star Trek VR looks freaking awesome, and if you can get the original crew of the USS Enterprise and the original crew of the other ships in the show and in the movies to say, yeah, this is awesome, then you know it's going to be a good game. Okay, For Honor. This one is on my radar now, and I didn't hear about this before. I can't believe I didn't. Excuse me. All I wrote was, wow, epic. So if you want to know what I'm talking about, go look at the gameplay. It'll blow your socks off. And the highlight of the Ubisoft conference for me is Watch Dogs 2. And I'll tell you what I wrote down for notes. It looks good. Great graphics. New hacker tools are cool. Huge improvement from the first game. Has co-op. Dialogue is good, but needs some improvement. Drones, more accessible hacks. The setting San Francisco, very nice and fluid gameplay, great stealth gameplay, more drones, action is nice and very engaging, much better than the first, and that's why I gave it a 9.5, because it's a lot better than the first. Okay, I'm going to try to get through the Ubisoft conference before I run out of time. And Steep is I guess their newest genre, if you can say. It's extreme sports, but it's also an open world extreme sports game. Supposed new genre. Extreme sports equals awesome, basically, is what I wrote down. Setting is in Central Europe in the Swiss Alps, kind of the Alps mountain range. Yeah, you know, you get the picture. It's got snowboard skiing, base jumping, skydiving, paragliding, and wingsuit. Visually stunning and a freaking masterpiece, and it's one of the only games I gave a 10 out of 10 to. And I think that is the end of, that's the end of the Ubisoft and Microsoft conferences. Now I'm going to have to do a part 2 for this, so if you guys would stay tuned, because this is my intermission page. Stay tuned for another video. This video will be going up shortly after I record the other half. Stay tuned for that. So yeah, if you like my videos, any of my videos, rate, comment, subscribe down below. And if you want to see me play any other games, or if you want to see more space talks like this, then rate, comment, subscribe down below, and just tell me. Yeah, so again, rate, comment, subscribe down below if you like my videos or any of my videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video after that, next video after that, next video after that, and so on and so forth. And we'll be talking about the rest of the E3 conference in the next video. So yeah, I'll check y'all out later, guys. Goodbye.